Hello, everyone. One second here. Let me take this off real quick. There we go. That should take care of it. How's everybody doing today? We are doing a little bit of a check, guys. Kind of looking at what a earlier audience would look like on the show. Not real sure how it would go if we was to go on earlier during the day. But what do you think, Keith? Is earlier better or is later better? What seems to be the best for you? Hello, Sharon Guy, Lisa Ann. Good to see you guys in the chat right now. Normally I am not on at this time, so it's a little early for all of us right now, but we're just kind of playing around right now, getting a look at the time and how we think it might work for us if we're able to maybe go on at an earlier time. And maybe just the boots on the ground nights would be the later nights, and maybe we can start going on a little bit earlier during the day. I think that would be maybe beneficial. It looks like I've confused Amanda already. Or not Amanda. It's Kristen. Looks like Kristen is confused. Kristen, are you in the chat by chance? Are you watching the live right now? I'm going to throw you under the bus if you're watching right now. I hope you're watching right now. She better be watching right now. So, Keith, what do you think about earlier? There she is. So, Sky. No, you're still on at 6 o'clock with me tonight on the other channel. Hey, Sky, if you want to, you can jump on here and I could kind of explain things to you. I threw the link in the chat, I mean, I'm not begging or anything, but it would give some conversation. And Nancy's Nancy thinks it's kind of funny. I threw the link in the 2.0 chat. It should be in the 2.0 chat. It's in. I believe it's still in there. I believe so. Let's see. Let's make that bigger so we can see everybody. There we go. Got to see everybody. Lisa Ann, how are you today? I hope you're doing good. I hope that you're having a great, wonderful day. It's starting to feel a little bit like spring, a little bit. It ain't going to be long. People's going to be ready for Easter. I'm ready for it. Definitely ready for this evening. And she needs just a few minutes. And that a song, guys, Waiting on a Woman. I think that was the song. I think. Hello, Sharon. How are you today? If Sharon wasn't busy, I would tell her to jump on. We would bring Sharon on for the her first live, Sharon. I don't know if it'd be her first live or not. That's right, Sky. The first spring has sprung. It's kind of hard to say. Are you trying to trip me up on here? Trying to get me tongue-tied? I see what you're doing. Blue Biddy, I gotta watch out for that bunny in the woods. There is a large bunny creature in the woods down here, and I have to be careful because there's a little thing going around that they said it could have been Sarah in a bunny suit. I would dare anybody to come down here to where I live and walk around in the woods in a bunny suit. I would dare them to even think about doing that down here. You would probably end up strapped on the hood of somebody's car, and you would be like their prize trophy. So, Blue Biddy, what are you up to? You wanna come on a live today? Is that what you're wanting to do? For all the people in chat right now, see we got 19 in there. We got a few shy ones, and I'm sure we got a few clowns in there. But the ones that ain't afraid to talk, what do y'all think about this time right now? How does this time fit with you? Do you like this time? Do you like the later times at night, or would you like for us to start doing our podcast a little earlier, like right now, and then the rest of people could catch them later on? Moderators, let's go with the moderators. So, moderators, what do y'all think about this time? Does this work for you guys, or is it too early for you guys? Do you like the later better? And I got some questions for Sky when she comes on. We'll throw her under the bus right off as soon as she gets on. Lisa Ann likes the later. That's Kaylee digging through here. I like nighttime better because I'm homeschooling, right? So Blue Biddy likes the nighttime better. So we're kind of looking around, getting some ideas. Let me get my notebook here because I'm going to take just a few little scribbles down. Let's see here. There we go. Getting some ideas. Still got a little bit of a cold. I've been fighting that thing, it seems like forever, ever. If there's any new folks in here that hasn't been in here before, welcome. Like I said, don't be afraid to chat. You can say hello, whatever. If you got any questions about the channel, like what do we do over here, or what are we doing right now? Because probably some people even wondering that right now, like what are they up to right now? Let's see here. So, just trying a social experiment pretty much right now. Just kind of checking out what the midday looks like as far as a live. For those of you that are here right now, we do have a live later on tonight at 6 o'clock on my other channel. And then tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, we're going to be hosting Tennessee, Kentucky Bigfoot will be on at 6 o'clock tomorrow for our other live. They have shared some videos with us of some Bigfoot evidence. We will be going over those videos and talking about them. They got some pretty cool videos. I've looked at some of them already that they sent me, and there's some pretty compelling evidence. They do have a deer cam that was bothered that they sent to me. So I did look at it a little bit. They have some other photographs of some pretty convincing evidence, and they got some pretty good video that they sent. Yeah, it's going to be good. They're always good though. Those guys are always crazy to have on. There's one video that they sent me. I have no doubt that's really going to have people just losing it because just how they are. Y'all know how they are. Whenever you get them guys going, they could probably just go and go and go. But they're amazing. Um, I love having them on the show. They're always welcome here. They have an open invitation to come onto the show. We also have some other creators and channels that are going to be coming on the show that I'm working with right now. We're working on some pretty unique stuff that's going to be coming out with some of the channels that support us. Are going to be coming out, and we got some pretty big channels going to be coming on. Some channels that are triple digit. We have one channel now that's going to be coming on with us. It is over the 100,000 mark, and he's planning an adventure with us, and we're going to be working with him. We have another channel. It is in the 80,000 group that's going to be coming on with us and working with us. And we also have another channel that is 124,000 that is going to be working with us. So we have some new channels coming up that we've met that have reached out to us by the grace of God. They're going to be working with us. So we're looking really forward to working with them. Very large channels. And we also have some other channels that are up and coming that's reached out to us. We been talking to, got a lot of things in the works for them. They have a lot of compelling evidence, some of these people, and a lot of these people have been overlooked. That's the sad thing, is a lot of these people were overlooked. Now, we're going to be doing something a little bit different here on Abnormal Investigations. Like I said, we're trying to get away from the darkness and the darker channels that I guess that would promote, protect, and try to defend darkness. I would rather bring the darkness out into the light. That is going to be the goal of Abnormal Investigations from the other night on forward, is to expose what these dark deities are, what these little G gods are, what the evil is in the world. Where do these things come from? What are these things? And we're going to take a trip down a lot of different avenues that we have not done yet. We're going to talk to people that's had alien encounters. We're going to talk to people that's had supernatural encounters. We're going to talk to people that have could call on that mic. Mindy Weeks, good to see you. Mindy, I'm glad you like that. Who we got here? We got Ravard Wolf. Good to see you. Welcome in. Yeah, Mindy, I just felt like, there is some people out there that are, self-proclaimed vampires. There is people out there that are self-proclaimed witches. There's people out there that are working with these kind of people. And, we know what the Bible says about those kind of people. So really, I don't want to work with that because that's not what I believe. I've never believed that. My Christian upbringing has taught me, that is the evil in the world. And I don't want to work with that. I want to work with creators that have the same vision as what I have. And my vision is to bring the darkness out into the light, not cover it up, not make the darkness look like it's something glamorous, that it's something great and it's something to be proud of. I want to expose it for the evil that it is. I want to show people what they're actually supporting, right? And You can do that without going into, just mainly personal attacks. You can do that by just information that they share in their beliefs in the cryptid community, like who they believe the creator of humanity is, or do they believe that witches and vampires and warlocks and black magic and witchcraft, if they think all that is okay and they support that, I don't want to support that. I don't want to give it place as a good, as been something good or glamorous, and accidentally lead somebody in the wrong direction. You know what I mean? I want to bring it out and say, this is evil. This is where this stuff comes from. This is what it does. This is what you should not support, because when you support things like that, you can make unknown agreements with these things that you may not even know that you're agreeing to. You can be making contracts with these things that you do not even know you're making a contract with them. And the next thing you know, they're in your house, they're in your life, they're attached to you, they're attached to your family members. And if you have family members that are not as strong in Christ as you are, and you invite those things in, you're inviting evil in to attack not only you, but your weaker family, which can lead to possessions and other things. So you want to be careful what you agree with. You want to be careful with what you're supporting. Um, you know, for instance, who are they praying to, and who are you coming into agreement with when they pray, right? They ask you to pray with them, and they're doing all this praying and everything, and then you hear them inside of their prayer, and they say, well, the Anunnaki created this blah 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 thing. That's not the kind of prayers that I want to be with, guys. That is not where we want to be. We want to discuss those kind of things, but we don't want to support those kind of things. There's a difference in between us investigating something, discussing something, and then supporting something. And I want to draw the line at the supporting. And for a while, I thought that this cryptid community needed to be united, and I really did believe that. And the more and more I looked at it, I got to thinking, do I want to be united in this community by the whole community, right? And the more I thought about it, the more I pondered on it, and the more that I really looked at it, I don't want to be part of this whole community, because this whole community doesn't support what I believe. In my opinion, a lot of this community doesn't even support Christianity. So, do I want to be part of that? No. I don't want to follow false teachings. I don't want to follow blasphemy. I don't want to be a part of that. Do I want to investigate that? Do I want to have discussions on that? Absolutely. But I don't want to support it. So I'm drawing my line in the sand in the community, and I'm saying, yeah, I'm going to work with certain groups, but I don't want to be supporting groups that support something that I don't believe in. Because if I do that, that makes me fake, and I'm not bringing you the truth. I'm doing it for the numbers. I want to bring you the absolute truth at what I believe. I want to investigate things and bring you the truth from the investigations. I want to show people what we truly believe these things are. And in my opinion, these things, as far as I can see from the investigations I've done, from the biblical standpoint, from a solid standpoint, to be able to look at these things, to be able to understand these things, it only fits to me for them to be coming from the fallen angels with the supernatural abilities that they possess. I'm not saying that all of these are disappearing or they're materializing, unmaterializing. What I'm saying is that I believe there's a lineage And the lineage that I'm talking about is the lineage from the fallen angels, okay? So if the fallen angels, the watchers, they took human women into themselves, right? And they had the Nephilim. And then whenever they had the Nephilim had later on, which would be the Eliod, the descendants of the Nephilim, you have flesh and blood creatures. We know that uh, Goliath and his brothers would have been Nephilim, right? But we also know that he got knocked out by a rock and he got his own head cut off with a sword. So he did bleed and he did die. He was Nephilim, though. He was part fallen angel. Now, whenever you talk about the actual demonic side of it, the demon side of it, these disembodied beings that look to possess bodies and possess people, that's where you get into the supernatural. And there's a study that has been done that says 25% of people that have that have a cryptid encounter will have a supernatural encounter. That to me is where it's all connected. They're all lineage. You have the flesh and blood, you have the disembodied, but you have the same creature. You have the spider web that originates from the center thing. What's at the center of that spider web is Satan. Everything else out around it just comes from him. And if you say, well, how does that make sense? What makes all of them evil? Well, what comes to me and comes to mind to me is my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, whenever he was asked, will you forgive them? Not only did he say they were an abomination and he would not forgive them, but he would not forgive any of their generations. So if Jesus says they are so bad that I'm not going to forgive any of the generations of these evil beings that are part supernatural, then why are we saying that these things are good? If our own Father says they're no good, they're not abomination, he died on the cross. He covered us in his blood, but his blood did not cover them. There was a reason that he did not cover them. It's because they were an abomination. Look at Sodom and Gomorrah. He knew that they had to be totally destroyed because there was nothing good there. Nothing good was there. So why did he destroy it all? Because he knew that if he allowed anything out of there to survive, that it was only going to go out and it was going to spread like the plague and it was going to continue to corrupt. So in order to find the Christian answers to these questions, we have to look at it biblically. We have to investigate it biblically. We have to look at the Bible as the foundation and as the absolute truth, Word of God, and we got to see where all this fits if we truly want to know where these things are coming from, right? And that's just kind of what I thought. Let me see if anybody's got any questions, and I'll take those. Reverend Wolf, good to see you. Right, Reverend. I mean, but it was destroyed, correct? Because there was no good there. Because he even said that if they could go find one good person, that he would save the cities, correct? But they was not able to find one good person. Remember? And because they could not find one good person, it was destroyed. MRL, good to see you. Good to have you in here with us tonight. So, anybody got any questions or anything? I know I kind of went on a little bit of a rant there, but I want people to know where I'm wanting to take my channel, who I'm wanting to associate with. If you're in the chat, I don't care where you come from. I don't care what your belief is. As long as you're respectful, you will be here. What is the Bible and all those books from Genesis that were about different gods, not our Heavenly Father? I will look at that, Reverend Wolf. I will. I am open-minded for sure to look at that. But anybody that comes into the chat, you're welcomed as long as you're respectful. Respect others. Like I said, we're all open-minded here. We're going to, try to look at this with an open mind and try to come up with some answers. I guess what I'm mainly saying is I don't want to support the darkness. I want to investigate it and bring it out into the light. That's the main thing that I want to do. So Sky, do we have Sky coming on? Did we lose Sky? Does Sky need a link? Maybe I need to send her the link. Let me see if I can find it for her. I think she's running from me, guys. I really do. Because I know she would probably have a lot to add to this. I don't know where Amanda went. We could get Amanda to jump on here maybe also. Maybe. Let's see, that's not going to work like that. Let's see here. Let's see if I can find it. There we go. I got the sniffles a little bit, so I do apologize for that. I guess I could blame I'll blame Sharon for me getting the cold right now. There we go. I got that sent to her. Let me resend it to the main group again in case she's in there. But like I said, anyone that has any questions, feel free to ask. We're just kind of hanging out right now, seeing kind of what we're going to do at this time of day, what it looks like this time of day, kind of. I think my moderators. Are my moderators falling asleep. I don't see my moderators talking too much right now either. It might be too early for them too. Hey, Scott Lee, good to see you. How you doing, man? We are checking out some possible new times. So, what do you think about the earlier times, Scott? How's that work for you? What do you think about that? Oh, he likes it. There we go. He likes it. So pretty much everybody, except for my moderators, liked it. Reverend Wolf, I think he's a new person that was in here. Excited to have him in here with us. All right, let's go here. Here we go. We got Quentin's. I know I'm going to mess that up. The story about George the Werewolf from London, Ohio, is said he had connections to certain group from Germany after World War II. Who said that exactly? It was actually where I was looking up the story. Man, I don't know if I still have that or not. I actually been thinking about Quince. I hope that's right. I've been thinking about taking those when I get done with them and posting my investigations inside of my Patreon so everybody could go through those. Hey, Scared Silly, and where I found that information. That may be something we'll have to start doing. Sky, are you there?
I am here. How are you doing?
I am talking a million miles an hour.
Woohoo! You're going over really good, important stuff.
Oh, I was rambling.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how important it was, but it all just started hitting me. So I was like, you know what?
Might as well
Let's
say it.
let's let them know where we're trying to take the channel, right? So
Exactly. That's good to clarify.
yeah, because there needs to be uh, a direction,
Yes.
and I feel like I haven't, and I'm not blaming anybody but myself. I'm the one, it's my channel. It's on my shoulders. But I feel like I haven't been clear where I've been trying to take the channel. And I just doing some researching, I'm just going to say some praying, a lot of praying, speaking to God, that I want to get away from. I'm not saying I don't want to investigate it or study it, but I do not want to support the darkness in the community. And,
Right. Exactly.
I feel like, God, I'm just going to say it, I guess, and then you can give your opinion. We'll just bounce off each other. How's that?
Sounds
Um,
good. Mm.
so my thoughts are, if we allow, and I think allow is the proper word for this. If we allow certain names in the community to run the community and to say this is how it is no other way. And let's just hypothetically say these big names, and hypothetically, are not doing it in the best interest of Christ, and they are supporting the darkness. Um, Example would be self-confessed witches, self-confessed vampires, supporting black magic, supporting witchcraft, supporting the Anunnaki, supporting not being created, or that Jesus not creating is the Anunnaki created, which is straight blasphemy.
Mm-hmm.
And if we allow those names, just because they are big names in the community, to dictate the truth, then we're doing a huge injustice to the truth of the community, because at that point we're not talking truth. We are on the side of defending darkness. And I don't mind investigating the darkness. I don't mind talking about the darkness. I don't mind bringing the darkness out, but I want to draw the line at supporting the darkness.
Absolutely. Well, first and foremost, you're a Christian man, you know, and making that evident has, I think, been clear for you. Um, and supporting darkness is not what you're about. Where your channel's going, you're a truth seeker, and you seem to always be open to opinions, which is great. But supporting any kind of darkness is not something that what this channel is about. But
And I
I
want to
think it's
make
also important to talk about it at the same time, because you need to be aware of your surroundings and aware, you know, of what's going on and what direction your channel's going in. So I think that you talking about this is great.
right. And I want people to understand, as I'm not putting myself on a pedal any higher than anybody else. I see it every
Right.
day. I fall short of the glory of God every day. I need Jesus Christ every second of every breath I take every day, because I fall short of the glory of God every day. I am a weak flesh. I sin. I'm not perfect. By far. By far, I'm not perfect. But I definitely don't want to support anything that is blasphemous against my Father. And we can
100%.
we can all do better, right? I mean, we're children into God, and we're supposed to grow, right? So it's a growing adventure. It's a growing stronger and closer, I believe.
Well, and because you're truth seeking with these cryptids and whatever unknown species you're running into out there, and you're in such a hot spot, I'm sure you've got more questions than answers. And I know that has to play a role in religion, because if you don't have a strong tie to God while you're doing this, then falling short would be super easy to do.
You know,
And maybe in being attacked mentally and physically, and your family.
right? Growing up with them as a child, wondering what's at the door, what's making that noise, why is it doing that? Why does it want to come in? Why does it want to hurt us? Why does it whistle at us? Why did it laugh at us? Why is it always watching us? So many questions, because you were always like, why? And I know we would go fishing, right? And we wouldn't even be looking for nothing like that. We would just be going out to go fishing. And it starts bothering you, and you're just like, leave me alone. Why do you have to do this? I want to fish.
Right.
And you, it starts really burning on you, right? And you're just like, why are you, why
I
are you
feel like
even
it
here?
goes right. I feel like it goes back to what, Scott Carpenter talked about with the hitchhiker effect. And because you've been searching out these things for so long, they know that you know. And I feel like when people are oblivious to them, they pretty much leave them alone, stay cloaked, or whatever it is they have to do, stay hidden. Um, Scott Carpenter used to go walk the trails all the time, and he could sometimes he'd see one peek around a tree, and then he'd see a family walk by, and just how wild it was to him that so many people are completely oblivious to what these things are, and they're out there.
Right.
Um, and you know, I just
It's mind blowing,
it's crazy because now even when you go out as your family and you go fishing, you're like, come on, just leave me alone. But they're always around you now.
Right.
And I think people have a hard time understanding that on your channel, like how you're getting such good evidence and how they're always around you because they don't understand, I think, how rural you are
Right.
and just what a hot spot you're in.
And Oklahoma, like you were saying the other day, is known to be a really hot spot.
Mm-hmm.
Gary Carpenter said something to you. I threw it up there. I don't know if you can see the screen or not, but he said, Sky, remember what they did to who is that? Maleficent? When they didn't invite her to the Princess Aurora birthday ball, she was evil.
Oh, I think he's talking about the Magnificent. I cannot pronounce that name.
I can't even read it.
I have not seen that movie, if that's what he's talking about.
I haven't.
Magnificent. I
I don't.
apologize. I'm gonna have to see it now.
I don't. I don't know. You know. So, talking about Scott Carpenter, I noticed.
Which we think very highly of, so
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I believe. I mean, I don't know how you can argue the data, um,
right.
especially when you come from my background to where DNA. DNA. People are put on death row for DNA. DNA is that accurate. So
Absolutely.
to
It,
me, Scott Carpenter had things in his home that I spoke with Travis about. Wet footprints in his kitchen at night. There was a supernatural aspect to whatever was following him home. Also, he had, what was it? He had a Bigfoot outside, right? That the neighbors had seen.
yes.
So he was dealing with both. At my granny's house, we had the Bigfoot outside, the werewolf outside, but also we had the supernatural things that would happen in the house. So there
Hmm.
was, to me, it kind of corroborated.
Right.
And
Well, yep.
that's probably why I found him so fascinating, is because what was happening to him, I had lived through, and my mom and her family had lived through. So it was like, wow, this is really,
It
you know,
correlates with each other. Absolutely.
yeah, it just
Yeah.
blows your mind.
Yep.
And I'm thinking about Sky. Um, so except for Sarah and Kaylee, them two little goobers, uh, they used to go boots on the ground with me, and we would do the daylight in, dark out. We would do Sharon's favorite place, the place that we called the Crybaby Bridge, whenever we go out, and stuff like that. And then everything started happening, and they quit. They didn't want to deal with the drama and the attacks. So I've been pretty much solo up until the threats came in, and I started getting stalked and followed, and all these trail markers put up, and et cetera, et cetera. And then we had to go to a security team. It just became something that we had to do, and then we ended up finding out who one group of them were. We were able to obtain a tag number. Um, but
Absolutely, Mike MC, for sure. I'm
what I'm going
sorry.
to, oh, that's okay. What I'm going to have to do is I am forced almost to a point of collaboration to bring somebody out and to let them see what I'm experiencing. And the reason I say that, and I'm just going to tell you, one example. I don't know if y'all remember this, but the other night, whenever we went to a location, I had got out of the vehicle and I walked, I don't know, maybe 100 yards, you think, maybe something like that. And there was like a coyote sound, a howl. And that howl was not a coyote. It was not a wolf. I grew up in the woods. I've grew up in the country. I know what they sound like. I knew that was not correct.
Mm-hmm.
And then it started happening all around me. It wasn't just one. It sounded like there was a whole party of them down there, right? And you're by yourself.
Right.
Now, first thing that starts running through my mind is, do I have enough, pills to take care of whatever's down here?
Oh
And would it
gosh.
take, would it take more than one to, stop a threat because of the size and the alleged thickness of their body cavity? And you just start taking all that into consideration if it's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you leave and you're like, a lot of people are only getting to experience this through me.
Right.
And my attorney, for a while and everything, everything I've been going through, I
Right.
haven't done any collaboration. I just didn't have the time, couldn't do it. But I'm going to start pushing for that and to try and bring somebody down. Like I told you, you're welcome to come down. I
For
want
sure.
people, I want people to see. I want them to come out there. I want people to experience what I'm experiencing. I want you to see what I'm seeing. I want you to feel that heaviness, that,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I don't know how to explain it even. It makes you want to run, right?
Right. Right. I think that's such a good idea. I think you need to have some collaborations and prove that there's no hoaxing going on. Not that, I'm accusing anybody of saying that, but um, that this is very real and it's very scary. And I'm definitely going to
No.
be coming down sometime, if that's possible, and helping prove that there's, definitely nothing fishy going on. This is all real.
Oh, it gets to the point to where I get mad at myself because I do leave because I want to see what's there. But your body is screaming at you,
Mm-hmm.
and all your senses is saying, I shouldn't be here. I should leave. And you have to push through your normal response to leave and to push through that into, I guess, beyond that, to the point to where you're just ready to accept whatever happens. And that's hard to do. And I can't do that every time. There's been times that I wasn't able to do that, that I just couldn't push through it. There was nights that I could, Um, I think that when you go out to do that, that your mind and your body and your discipline has a lot to do with it. The mindset you're in when you go. Uh, I think if you're in a bad mindset, you're probably not going to have a good night. If you're in
Right.
a good mindset, you're going to have a good night. But I feel like right now collaboration is going to have to be a part of my show, and I'm not big on taking people to these places, not because the monsters or whatever. It's because if you take the wrong people to the wrong place, then they know where you're going, and they can explore those areas later. And if you get a bunch of people exploring an area, you're going to burn that area out. You're going to lose that area because there isn't nothing going to stay where people are constantly pressuring it, right? I mean, like deer.
Mhm.
If you go
Right.
deer hunting, right? That's why deer hunters don't tell their favorite deer hunting spot, because if you get a lot of pressure in there, the deer is going to leave.
Yep.
Uh, but I think also it's important to the investigative side that to allow a third party to experience what you're experiencing. Um,
For sure.
I would even encourage them to bring their own video recorder to video record. Get your own evidence, bring your own recorder, but also bring a good pair of shoes, because you may have to run. Um, is there a place that I have went that say you were a person that came down? Is there a place that I have went that you would want to go to? Like, would there be a pick? Like you'd say, like, ooh, that's where I would want to go. Where you was at on that show?
Probably the well,
The well.
even though that looks so scary. I know that's an active spot, but yeah, to prove that this is not being hoaxed, absolutely.
The well's a tough one, and the reason I say that the well is tough is because we do have human interference there.
Oh, that's true. That's
That's
true.
where I've had the truck, was parked at night. They had a daylight encounter there with and we know for sure people, and we was able to identify, now that we have the tag number, the same vehicle was down there in the daylight that was there in the dark. So we was able to put that together.
Right.
So there is a human aspect to that, and I have a security team. The security team is down there. They have arrived several times. You know,
Hmm.
they're they're good at listening to a point, but whenever they really feel like I'm in danger, then they're not going to let me tell them no. They're coming. You know,
Yeah. It just sucks that you have human aspects when you're dealing with such other
right?
incredible forces here.
And I even wonder sometimes when you sit down and think about it, was they putting the reflectors out to scare me, or was this ain't even my idea? I can't take this idea. This is my friend's idea. He said, or was they putting them out to try to say I was putting them out to try to make me look like I was committing fraud? And I've had this conversation with others that also share the same opinion. What are your thoughts? Do you think they were doing it to
No,
scare me, or do you think they were doing it to say Mike's putting these out there, calling them eye shine?
I think I think they were teasing you and trying to be jerks and putting them out there to make it look like, oh look, I've got extra eye shine out here or something.
Right,
No, I think it was just to be obnoxious and stupid.
right. Gabriel, we did not find anything, I don't think, on that. The thing that the security team said they spotted running really close, I believe Nancy has a photo to where she believes that she caught a dogman looking creature on that. So I will have to look at that. Who is this? Carol? Carol says she's also interested in the well. So the well did seem to draw a lot of interest. I love the well. I loved going there because it was an active spot. It's where I saw what I thought I saw, the thing with the hood over its head. It was a good place. And you remember that night when Sarah, or not Sarah, I always think of Sarah, when Kaylee went with me, and we heard that run across the water. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, that was
So,
scary.
whenever that happens and then you have people running it, then you're like, is that people? Is it a creature?
Right.
I carry things with me down there that
And I
I
like
don't.
that you're always so obvious about that. And you say that in your life. Like that could be people. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I mean they're following me everywhere. I mean, I've been
Hmm.
spotlighted on my live several times now.
Lasered.
Yeah, the other night when I was on the phone, I'd called you just because, remember, I said, "Look, they're spotlighting me." And I showed
Yeah.
you they were spotlighting me.
Right. Yep.
From a mile over. They were following me a section over and they were shining this big bright spotlight on me. Um
Yeah.
I
That's
you know, I'm
unfortunate.
and I'm traveling further now to do my investigations so that I don't have to put up with the human part of it because
Right.
I carry protection
Yeah.
and
Kind of have to. Right.
yeah, and I'm trained.
Right.
And I don't want to run into somebody down there that I feel is going to try to do harm to me and have to defend myself. I don't want to do that. Um, there was two particular nights that it got really, really bad. That they were following me, and you remember the night when they saw the people running from the trees, and it got really bad, and I had to leave early that night. Um, after that, some of my friends had got together, and they're like, we're afraid they're going to hurt you. We're afraid they're going to hurt you.
Yeah.
So there was, I think, two or three times, just a couple of times, two or three. They went down before I did and were dropped out and were actually waiting on them out in the woods without a car around. They were just out there waiting. Uh,
Yeah.
some of them are military, and they were like, we're not going to let them hurt you.
I was going to ask you that. Do you ever see any military going around your area?
All the
Um,
time,
Chinooks, anything like that?
all the time.
Blackhawks?
Yes,
Yeah.
they actually will go really low down the lake, real low. I've seen inside of their cabin. I've seen the red light inside of their cabin where they're running night vision, flying.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow. That's interesting. I always meant to ask you that, but I forgot.
I
But
told you
that's
when I went live, she'd bark.
I
See, every time.
was going to set off my dogs now.
Here,
Her little high pitched,
yes,
is
and
that a
there's no telling
chihuahua?
what. I think she's part Chihuahua, and I don't know what she's. Little Heinz. I'm not
Little
not even
Heinz
sure.
57.
Yeah, not even sure exactly what she is.
Heinz 57s make the best dogs.
So, what do you think about going to the location? And I don't know if Sharon's still in here or not. Crybaby Bridge. You know where that one's at, where Sarah got slapped.
Oh, yeah. Love to go there.
That's one of the ones that I do not like to go to at all.
Yeah.
That is so.
Y'all's reaction to that was so funny.
Well, that is a place to where you drive down there. Every time it feels heavy. Every time.
Hmm.
It's just I don't know why, but it's one of those places that if you drive down there in the dark, it's hard to get out of your vehicle. I had a
Hmm.
buddy, he passed away, but he used to fish that bridge for crappie every year. And I mean, this guy would fish for crappie all day, all night. He would camp in his truck down there. And I was talking to him one day when I was younger, and I would drive down there and just talk to him. And he was, by himself, we'd visit. And one day we were talking, and he goes, "Hey, you want to hear something weird?" I was like, "Sure." He said, "Man, I woke up in the middle of the night the other night, and I had to go to the bathroom, and I crawled out of the camper." And he just had a camper on his truck. He's like, I crawled out of the camper, and I walked over there, and I was doing my business, and I heard something whistle at me, And he
Hmm.
said, "I thought, somebody slipped down here, Is there somebody else fishing over there?" And they see me, and he said, "I'm looking, and there ain't nobody out there." And he said, "Man, I hurry up." And he said, "I got that weird feeling all over. I was being watched." And he said, I get back to the truck and I crawl in the camper and I shut the door on it and I lock it and I get the little blind pulled. And as soon as I pull the blind, it starts knocking on the back.
Oh,
And he
wow.
said, I look out there and he said, there ain't nothing there. And he said, that damn thing started shaking my truck.
Mm.
He was so scared he would not crawl out of his truck to go get in the to the driver's seat to leave because he was like, I didn't want to get out. So he covered up in his bed, threw all of his covers over him, and he said he grabbed his 357 and he just slept under the covers.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have been scared too, especially if I was by myself.
I don't know how he done it,
No.
you know?
And why he stayed.
Yeah. Well, he was afraid somebody would get that spot because that was a popular spot. Whenever the crappie are biting there, I mean, they really, really bite there.
It's like he was protective over that spot then.
Oh, everybody down here is like that. Everybody has their spot.
Oh
When the
yeah.
fish, oh yeah, when the fish are biting, they won't leave. You know, they'll send the women for food and drinks and bait, and then the men will stay to keep the spot. You know.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
Talk about a hot spot.
Oh, when the catfish are biting, it is so much fun down there. But when nighttime hits, the whole atmosphere changes
Hmm.
for sure. So, you ready for the live on the other channel tonight?
Yeah, of course.
Now that I got you already on here now. What it is, what, 3 hours? We'll give it about another 5 minutes. We'll call this at 3 o'clock, around 3 o'clock. That way you can rest and we can get ready for the other one. I just wanted to kind of come on during the day and just kind of see what
Sure.
our numbers would end up being for just a daytime. It was kind of nice to go on during the day.
Right.
Do you like the daytime or do you like the nighttime?
I like the daytime, but I think, there's still a lot of people at work, but, I think people still look at their phones and just to see what's going on in the world.
Right. And you'll always catch those views later, right?
For sure.
Maybe,
Oh
you
yeah.
hope.
Yep.
And of course the boots on the ground, they're so what do you think about the daytime boots on the ground I was doing with Kaylee? Do you think we should have kept continuing those or do you just like the nighttime ones?
Will she continue to do those with you during the day?
It would just be me.
Okay.
Just me.
I think so. I think you should continue because it kind of gives people an insight where you're going and where you're investigating, and it's
What
just
it
kind of
looks
cool
like.
to see where you're at because at night it's all you see is the woods. It's hard to tell.
I even thought about this. I don't know what would happen if we done this, but what do you think would happen if I done the boots on the ground pre-recorded and then I dropped them as premieres? That way, do you think that would probably not do as well?
You could always test it out and see how it does. I think it would. Yeah.
It would make it harder for them to stalk me because they wouldn't know when I was out. I wouldn't be live where they could stalk me.
Sharon wants Crybaby Bridge. Heck yeah. That's a good one.
Sharon, you want me to take her to Crybaby Bridge right off? I know that place scares her to death. She said she hates that bridge.
Yeah.
That's where the dog was sacrificed on.
Oh, that's so sad. Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Yep.
Oh,
That's where that was at.
that's where that was at. Yep.
And then the little troll dolls were hung on it. That was pretty weird.
That's some disturbing people.
And that's where Sarah got slapped on the leg too.
Was she slapped on the leg or was she slapped on the arm? I can't remember.
Both. She
Both.
got
Oh,
slapped on the arm at a place over by Satanic Church, and then something hit her on the ankle when she was at the Crybaby Bridge, but she thinks it was trying to grab her ankle.
oh, that's
Freaked her out.
scary.
Oh, it scared her bad. She hated that. I think Sharon's either ignoring me now or she got busy again. She probably got busy. So what do you want to say before we jump off here, Kristen? Anything you want to say about are you going to be with us tomorrow? Do you know yet? Are we still working on that?
Yeah, well, I'll just have to see with my schedule because my schedule in the evening time gets kind of busy,
Okay.
but we'll see.
Mr.
I'm just
Tennant.
glad you brought it up that you're a Christian man, and that's, where the direction of the show goes, and it's all Christian backed.
Yeah, because I don't want to,
You don't want to lead somebody in the wrong direction.
and I don't want to support it either. You know what I mean?
Right.
And with that being said, I will reiterate that I fall very short of the glory of God. Um, I'm a huge sinner. I truly
We all
am,
do.
and
We all do.
I need to do a lot better with my life. I sure do, and I'm trying. I am
Yep.
trying.
As long as you're trying, that's all that matters.
I'm trying. Scared silly. I've tried to do it, and it will not let me. My phone will not. I don't know why. I've even said it before I went live and everything, and it will come on and say, uh, "Turn your phone in order to go live," or it won't let me go live. I don't know why. Maybe my phone's too old. I don't know. It is an older phone. You think that would matter? Would that matter?
What did she say?
Everybody wants me to film full screen, but
Oh,
it
I
won't let
know
me.
Dee had some problems with that. Um,
Does
I'm
she
not
do it now?
sure.
Does she
I
film
don't
full screen?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I know she
I
had
don't
some
know either.
problems with that in the past.
There's Emma. We was just talking about Emma the other day.
Hello, Emma.
I don't know. I mean, I'll play around with it some more and see if I can get it to do it, but my phone just absolutely does not like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see you now, Sharon. Sharon wants you to go to Crybaby Creek. All right, Kristen, I'm going to let you have the last word, and we'll wrap this one up real quick. That way, we can be ready for tonight.
Yep.
Give my voice a rest.
Give your voice a rest. Thank you,
Yeah.
everybody, for being here. Um, Now we're going on the other channel tonight, right?
Yes, Wide Open Adventures.
I think at that 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Is that right?
1,800 hours.
All right.
You're right.
So y'all come on over there and listen to us jibber jabber over there about another topic.
That topic's got me heated already.
Yeah,
It'll be a good one.
it'll be a good one.
Absolutely. All right, guys. I appreciate y'all showing up tonight, your support. We love you guys. Thank you for being here. Let me know in the chat after the show. Do you like these earlier shows? Do you want us to stay with the 8:30 show? Let me know. That way I know what to do because, hey, without you guys, I'm just sitting here talking to myself. So I need to know what y'all like so that I can try and, make the show more presentable and easier for y'all to watch. So until next time, guys, keep your head on a swivel. Don't be something's dinner. We'll see you on the next one. Good night. God bless.
Good night. God bless.